Oh shit! Get
All
the
right,
fuck out of here!
we are here.
Oh, hey, shout out to Dave's mom.
Hey, we're here to talk about the Wheel of Time, episode 6. Hey, for those of you tuning in to hear the recap here, check down below. You're gonna see some timestamps to when we actually start talking about the episode here. Just so you don't have to sit through all this rigmarole here if you don't want to hear us talking about dumb shit.
Yep,
Correct.
Also, thanks for being here. We appreciate that.
absolutely.
We do.
Yep.
All five
Another
of
good, another strong episode this week of Wheel of Time, man.
This show is picking up, man. This it's been really good. I mean, I think it was a little slow to start, but now that they've got a lot of the major world building out of the way, you know, it's looking really, really good.
Yeah. This one was the most kind of Game of Thrones-y feeling. I mean, I know we're not really trying to compare it to that, but this one with all the politics and the infighting and everything, this one, it definitely had that. It kind of had me feeling some kind of way about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I agree. I think I said the same thing to Jason right after I had watched the episode as well. So,
I think I said this was the worst episode of the season, wasn't it?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
But guys,
I believe that.
Are we ready to get into it? I'm ready.
Yeah, you already updated the slide?
I didn't actually have to. It was already good to go. So,
Super duper.
yeah, so we're good.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Here we go. Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents The Wheel of Time, a new original series presented by Amazon. I'm your co-host, The Human Dart, along with
Jason Tsunami.
And David Disaster.
Man, we're just cranking this shit out quick.
That's right. Man, what a week. You know, it is a little unfortunate that we have to had to kind of be here a little bit later. But you know what? It lets me kind of sit on the episode a little bit and let me really kind of take it in. And man, these episodes have been like every episode. I feel like I say it's like, man, this is the best episode of the season. And I don't know. I guess that's just a credit to how good the writing has been thus far.
Yeah, I agree. I would have to say that when you are taking your shot, which is what Amazon's doing with this, you definitely don't want to have a letdown. And up to this point, can't really say that they have.
No, I agree. Jason, do you want to go ahead and hit us with the
Tasty ass recap?
Yeah, tasty ass recap. Do it, man.
Okay, I'll do it. The episode title, The Flame of Tar Valon. Right?
Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I think that's good.
I tried to work on it.
Oh, man.
All right, so this episode wastes no time and gets us straight into the Amerlin seat with our three Aes Sedai, Leandrin, Alana, and Moraine. Getting to what amounts to an ass chewing. We get no payoff whatsoever on the evil dagger that Matt has, as Moraine casts out the demons from Matt, and Lan takes the dagger and covers it. Moraine also visits Egwene and Perrin, and it also turns out that Moraine and the Amerlin seat are pillow buddies and have been working together to find the dragon.
Yeah.
A plan is hatched to cast out Moraine so she can meet up with the Fab Five and walk through the Hellfire Peninsula dark portal to attempt to vanquish a weakened Dark One at the eye of the world. And Matt's a bitch.
Yeah. So a little backstory on that before we kind of get into the episode, because I was in preparing for this episode, I did a little bit of research. I mean, honestly, I feel like anybody would have found this out by now. But I'll go ahead and just kind of mention it here. The actor who plays Matt in this season actually bowed out before the season had finished, and so because of that, it's believed, and now no one's confirmed this or anything like that, but it's believed that because the actor bowed out, they had to make certain changes and certain sacrifices actually with how they wrote the end of this season. So I found out that in the books, so small spoiler, what I read is as they're leaving at the end of this to head to the Eye of the World, in the books Matt follows them, whereas in the show the character, as Jason mentioned, doesn't follow them, and so
because he's a Y, Dave.
Because
he's a bitch.
Oh yeah, well the widespread belief is that because the actor obviously left the show, and so they had to create it. They had to find a way to write him off. So that was. Hey,
it's better than reshooting the whole thing with a different actor.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been really awkward. So obviously they had different options they could have done. Like you mentioned, they could have reshot, or they could have just the next episode changed actors. I don't think that would have been the right call. So they had to get a little creative, but at the end of the day, that's kind of why they did that. And so when I found that out, I actually had an issue. Like, that was one of my issues coming into this episode was Matt just randomly deciding he doesn't want to go with his friends. But when I found that out, I'm actually just striking that from my issues, simply because, like, I'm not going to fault the show for having to accommodate for, an actor just bailing.
I gotta say, like, at what point do you make that career move? Because, man, that's, and look, I did some research because you told me this after I basically just lambasted the way that the show kind of ended with that, and like, I'm just curious as to, like I said, when I looked into it, you can't find anything. Like, you're trying to tell me that nobody has talked to this guy, nobody's done the interview with this guy, nobody knows why he just flaked out.
Yeah, I mean, and reportedly he's like disconnected from all social media. He's basically completely walked away from the show and any type of interactions. And the crazy part is that you and I talked about and is that, while we don't know the ultimate fate of this show, there's 14 books. If they just follow the methodology of one book equals one season of the show, which would be fantastic, right? If this show gets to 14 seasons, or even just 10, even if they condense a few of the later books or some of the books in the middle or whatever, even if they just condense the whole story to 10 seasons, I mean, that sets you, from an actor standpoint, like, you're set. And I assume you're probably set financially as well.
For life. I mean, if we just go by the numbers of, say, other long-running television shows, even let's just go to like a sitcom style, like Friends.
Yeah.
Like, they were making what, like $1 million an episode? Something ridiculous.
I mean, even if you come out and say 100 grip, even if they're only making $100,000 an episode, right? Or shit, even $10,000 an episode. These people would have enough. These people would have enough money to retire after the whole show is done. So I don't know. Until we find out more, I don't want to speculate too much, right? I don't think it's fair to speculate without knowing, potentially what somebody is going through. It seems as though, since he cut himself off, I mean, yes, I am speculating now, but like, it seems as though if he's cutting himself off from all social media ties and he's really truly stepping away from everything, then I'm going to operate under the assumption that it's something really important, and he wouldn't walk away unless he felt like he absolutely had to. So that's just
correct.
My thoughts on it.
I hope it's something that he can deal with, get medicated for, or whatever, seek some help. in therapy or something. Because if this was just a business decision that doesn't have a real rhyme or reason,
Yeah.
and you're going to kick yourself in the nuts for the next 14 years.
Yeah. So,
Have we talked about lesbians yet?
no,
Not yet.
no.
Oh,
But Josh, what overall, what was your thoughts on this episode?
very good episode. Very Game of Thronesy. I enjoyed the politics. I enjoyed the infighting. I thought it was really good. I thought this was my favorite episode of the season.
Really, that's good. So, no, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's right up there with some of the best episodes that this season has put forth. I'm really excited for the next couple of episodes, for them to kind of see where they're going. You know, we're probably going to get a glimpse of the Dark One, I'm assuming, if they're headed his direction.
Yep.
And I'm excited to find out, you know, for sure. I'm assuming we're going to find out truly who the Dragon Reborn is. You know, that's kind of like the big thing that's left to be determined. And I hope to find out this season. I don't want to wait another year to find that out. So, yeah.
I'll say this was not my favorite episode, but it was a very strong episode, very good episode. I am not going to lie. I was a little disappointed in the ending. This is nothing to do with how the story is being told or what we're doing. It's all just selfish. I was hoping that we would get more time at the White Tower, more time with the political stuff that was going on at the White Tower, a little more of the, behind the back, stuff that was going on, the interactions between, Leandrin and Rain. So by the time we get to the end of the episode, like we're headed through the dark portal, and it's like there's no turning back, and it's like, man, we're leaving already. So, but it was a very good episode. But I was just a little disappointed that we're leaving the tower already.
Yeah. Well, Josh, do you have a favorite scene or scenes that you want to discuss?
Yeah, I had two favorite scenes this week. I really enjoyed just the opening scene this week where we get to meet Sue-Ann as a younger girl before we realize that she's the Amyrlin seat.
Yeah.
Just that whole scene. I thought the acting was really good. The dad was really, really good in that.
Yep.
I thought it was a really cool way to give us 5 minutes and to really give you everything you need to know about this girl's backstory.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear that wherever she is, Aes Sedai or people who can chant. I think Aes Sedai is someone who's had proper training, right? So I shouldn't call her that. She's able to channel the one power, and it seems like wherever she's living, that is not an acceptable. That is not acceptable, right? Like that is you're in trouble, right? You're in deep shit. So, I agree with you, Josh. I love that scene. That was also one of my favorite scenes. She has to leave her dad, and I think that's I don't know if that's foreshadowing. Like I don't know if we're gonna see her father or whatever, but it's clear that she came from basically nothing. Right? And she just literally got put on a boat to go to the White Tower, and now she basically runs it, right? So we haven't seen her power, right? Her channeling ability yet, if I'm not mistaken. But I imagine if it's probably fairly strong, given that she's running the show.
I mean, it's not apparently it's not Nynaeve strong, but
no, I mean,
should be pretty good.
They do make a point of that, later.
It rivals, Nynaeve's power rivals hers.
Yeah. Like Nynaeve is one of the strongest that they've seen in, I don't know,
1,000 years.
1,000 years, yeah. So, I agree with you. Did you have any other scenes you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. The other scene I really liked was just the first time where they introduced the Amyrlin seat or the Amyrlin chair, and you realize that it's her. And it's that whole that whole ordeal with Leandrin going around, doing her part, kind of throwing Moraine under the bus, and then Moraine, not selling out, saying what she's doing in front of everybody. Like, I just like that whole scene. I thought was really, really good as well.
Yeah, I agree. That was also one of my favorite scenes, and I'll just say it now. My favorite character this week was Suain. And again, yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes as well, because it was really strong. Like, she goes, she's like, and when she's like yelling at her, she's like, and you're gonna kiss that ground. You better, like, I forget exactly what she says there, but it's a pretty powerful scene. And I also like the big switcheroo that, because I don't know, Josh, I don't know if you or Jason, you anticipated that being a thing, but the fact that on the outside they're kind of butting heads, and Moraine is kind of this renegade. She just does whatever she wants or whatever in front of everyone else, but secretly it turns out that she is much closer to the Amyrlin than she let on. And in fact,
when she tells her, she goes, "Get on your knees." That shit was solid gold.
Yeah.
And
I was my first thought, like, whenever she like warped into the room, and I was like, I thought she was like, she's a spy, right? Like, I thought she was going in there. She warps in. My first thought was like there was about to be an altercation, but I was like, man, they're both kind of underdressed for this this altercation here. Like, I'm not quite sure what's going on. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, that's what's going on. Okay.
So did you expect that at all? What do you think of that twist? And like,
one thing that's done, I mean, that I think has been really, really good about the show is it's done a good job of keeping you guessing. I mean, at least it's done a good job of keeping me guessing. I didn't anticipate that whatsoever. I didn't pick up on what was going on until it was very evident that was what was going on.
Until they locked lips.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like the whole time I've been anticipating them like being at odds, and there being an issue. So I was anticipating that not being a pleasant conversation. And
yeah, I'll say that while it was unexpected, I like the fact that the person in charge is doing things, I wouldn't say like under the table exactly, but the fact that she is being proactive instead of reactive in staying ahead of the curve.
Yep.
It's
they made it clear at this in this show, and I assume in the books as well, but they make it very clear that the Dragon Reborn, the
big fucking deal.
The guys, like the men that channel, need to be gentled, and the Dragon Reborn is a danger, right? And it
can be a danger.
Can be a danger, and that they should not take any chances. So anybody any male that can channel, they're getting fucking gentled. And if the Dragon Reborn shows up, man or woman, we're gonna gentle that person as well. Like, we're not gonna let them ruin this society. Now Moraine and Suan, they want
to use the dragon to kill the Dark One.
They're following this prophecy, which it's
a mystery right now.
It's a mystery, right? I assume we're going to learn more about it. But there's a prophecy that I guess another member of the Aes Sedai found or foresaw, that the Dragon Reborn is going to be the one to finally destroy the Dark One and basically stop that part of the wheel from turning, right? And kind of free them of their bonds, so to speak, as it were. So, but they can't tell anybody, because if they find out that they're trying to do that, then they'll all be gentled. All Moraine and Suan, and they'll be taken out back and put down, so to speak. So I like it. I mean, it adds another level of tension, and I liked the scene later when the decision is made to have Moraine be exiled because she doesn't want to be stuck in the White Tower. She wants to be out there kind of putting these plans into motion. So she makes the love of her life, presumably. I'm making the leap that they love I mean, it's pretty clear that they love each other and stuff. Have to exile her. And it's a touching scene. I mean, if I'm sure y'all caught it because they made it pretty obvious how they're holding the oath rod and
the rod,
and still touching their fingers.
They're touching their fingers, and they're both like they're tearing up. It's a pretty emotional scene. You know what I mean? It's clearly not something that they want to do, but they both understand that this has to happen.
So is that one of your favorite scenes?
Yeah, I like that scene.
I feel like Dave is giving every scene.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So my favorite scene in this whole episode is like 10 seconds long.
Okay.
Maybe 15 seconds, and that's when Leandrin is talking Moraine as Moraine and Lan are walking. Like she's basically kind of outing the Fab Five, and she knows where they are, and she knows what she's doing, but she doesn't know why she's doing it. And Moraine's had enough. Like, listen. So she just turns around and she goes, "I know about the pool boy."
I know about the guy you see up in the north.
Yeah, and she just goes right up to her face, right in her face, and she goes, she says, I don't think you want me to tell your sisters about that
I'll
guy.
tell the other sisters, and you know what they'll do to him.
Yeah, and Leandrin is just like stumped. Like, I mean, she just got shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
And Moraine looks at her dead in the face and just turns her back and walks off. Shit was fantastic.
That's a prime scene for why I have Moraine as my favorite character this week. This was a great Moraine episode.
Yeah.
I mean that interaction she had with Leandrin was good. Obviously all the interaction she had with the Amberlin chair was good. It was a very Moraine heavy episode, and I thought she did a really good job with it.
Yeah, we also got to see she almost has a little finger thing going on. We saw like how I hate making comparisons to Game of Thrones, but we saw like she has all those like kind of ears and eyes in the city, right? Like we saw that that she was getting info on when people were going in and out. That's how she knew about Perrin and Egwene, about them coming in. We also got a little bit of knowledge that Moraine might be familiar with what's going on with Perrin.
It wasn't very quick to be like, yo, don't say another fucking word about it.
Yeah.
To nobody.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious that there's more there. I think there were some seeds planted with that, but we'll probably, I don't know if we'll find out in the next 2 episodes.
And how about Perrin? He slept through the whole episode.
Yeah, kind of.
My guy, he's got to build up his energy to unveil himself as the fucking Dragon Reborn.
We'll get into that. So, my least favorite character is Leandrin. I feel like Leandrin's been my least favorite character like every episode that she's been in.
Did you give a favorite character already?
I said Suen.
Oh, my bad. Did Jason give a favorite character?
No.
Oh, my bad.
They just running roughshod. Motherfucker's out of control.
Go ahead. Sorry, Jason. I apologize.
It's okay. I would say I have like A1, A2 with the Suen or the Amberlin seat.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was really strong in this. I think the cool thing is that she's not like a king or a queen type. There's an archetype, and what she's doing could very well lose everything that she has.
Yeah.
So she actually has like skin in the game, and Moraine is in this instance like the only person she can confide in and trust. And so I think there's a strong case for her as far as favorite character in this episode, and it's hands down Leandrin, least favorite. I mean, Moraine tries to help her out when they're doing this little ass chewing bit in the beginning, and right after she helps Leandrin out, Leandrin throws her ass so far under the bus. It's not even funny.
Yep.
So yeah, fuck Leandrin.
Oh yeah, dude, she's a bitch.
Her and her blockhead jaw.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? What's your least favorite?
I have a tie this week for my least favorite. Okay, and it's Rand and fucking Matt. I am fucking done with Rand. Okay, like by this point, you're already in the White Tower, so you followed fucking Moraine all the way from the Two Rivers to here. By the way, she saved what's left of your fucking town from all the Trollocs. Hey, by the way, she saved you from dying in Trollocs going across the ferry where they had to send some money back to pay for the ferry
dad's
guy.
Life.
Yeah. By the way, she's done all this shit for Rand and Matt. She pulled the fucking whatever the fucking black thing was that was in Matt, that fucking
Black tar heroin.
Yeah, whatever that was, she pulled that shit out. And this motherfucker still doesn't trust Moraine. Dude, I'm so done with fucking Rand. He is such a bitch. And then
wait till he becomes the Dragon Reborn.
I know. And then I'm super done with Matt, dude, because what the fuck is Matt doing? Like, yo, dog, everybody's going through the portal, and you're just like, I'm not gonna go. I'll see you guys later.
So Josh, I think you might have been out with audio issues during my explanation on that. So I'm going to be super brief for our audience who already heard it. It's widely believed that the reason for that is the actor who plays Matt actually bowed out of the show prior to this season finishing.
He threw the deuces and split.
Yeah, he's not on social. He removed himself from social media. He completely,
ghosted, bro.
Yeah, he completely took, just left. He's not on the show anymore. And there's no official word yet on that.
That ruins my prediction.
And so now, as during my research of this, in the books, Matt apparently follows. He doesn't like that didn't happen in the books. Like he went with them where they're going into the eye of the world. So it's believed that the only way they could really salvage this season was to kind of make his character go like a slightly different route. And
just
so,
get a different Matt for like season 2.
Yes, and they've already cast it. So I mean that's coming. That they're not completely changing it, but they just had to switch gears a little bit for this season in order to finish it up. So
yeah, because see, I had this prediction where Matt was going to go back to the tower, somehow get in front of Sue-Ann, tell him what happened. And then she was going to make a portal. They were going to go in there, and then Sue-Ann was going to end up dying because she was going to be protecting Moraine.
I mean, look, that's a very bold prediction, but I don't.
That was a deep prediction I had going there, but you just fucked it up, Dave.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look,
Matt
man,
fucked it up.
Matt, the actor who played Matt, like I said earlier when you were dealing with your stuff, Josh, is we don't know what's going on with the actor. I wish him well. Clearly, if he's completely getting off social media and doing all that stuff, it's probably something serious going on. So I did also have that as a low light, Josh. That scene that you're referring to with him just standing there and just letting everybody leave him, until I found out that the actor wasn't actually even standing there. They CGI'd him into the field at that. Like he was already gone when they were filming that scene. So that
all
was
right. Well, I'll remove Matt from my least favorite characters, and I'll just go with Rand by himself because Rand fucking sucks.
Look, Rand is Anakin Skywalker to me at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
But I still think he's going to end up being the dragon because so far he's done nothing. So I think they're saving him for something. So
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day we were talking how everybody has done something besides Rand, but then I remembered there is one thing that Rand did. And that was when he busted through that door that the Dark Friend had locked or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, you'll never get."
Oh, you're
breaks
right.
through the door. So
Yep.
I don't, but she didn't react a certain way, so I don't know how much that was. That is the only thing to this point that Rand has done that makes him any different than just normal.
And we know that he's an Aielman.
Yes.
Yeah.
According to
Loyal.
Shrek.
Shrek, come on, man. Call him Loyal. Loyal is great. I love
Ogre.
that guy.
Bro, he's the best part of the show.
Predictions?
Predictions.
I was prepared to come in with that great prediction, but
Well, predictions
Shit on
are
me.
issues. You can do.
I got
either one.
nothing. I have an issue. Matt left the show.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'll say this: my issue is I really hyped it up on the last podcast. I really thought we were going to get some kind of payoff with this damn dagger.
Yeah,
Now I will say this: I do feel, and look, I don't know because I haven't read the books, but I do feel like that would be one of those situations where maybe the dagger played out different in the books, but I just felt like this was. There was nothing to it. He takes it. He almost dies from it. He gets all sick from it, and then she just like rips that stuff out of him. And
I thought about that, Jason, and I wonder if it's a two birds, one stone deal. I wonder if the reason why the dagger ended up not being anything is also the same reason why, like,
because Matt left the show.
Yes, so they couldn't continue that storyline because they don't have him there to film it.
Maybe.
So I just wonder if, because I thought about that while we were talking about it, and I was like, I wonder if they just made that a quick, like, oh, okay, let's get that dagger away from him and let's move on, like, because we can't really revisit that. I mean, look, it come back later. I mean, I guess there's no saying.
Well, she did say, which again, it was part of this. I guess the issue is, like, Moraine takes the dagger and she tells Rand, like, he survived at this time and he's stronger than he thinks. If he touches that dagger again, it could be the end. And it's like, well, then go fucking throw that in the goddamn mountain of motor.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we saying this out loud?
I mean, look, we don't. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's probably twofold. I think one, it's a television show. They only have 8 episodes. There's going to be some storylines. There's probably some storylines from the book that just they can't fit it all in, and so they have to kind of cut the low hanging fruit. And also the actor left, so they probably figured, okay, like, look, this dagger thing is not going to be worth investing the time because we can't even fucking finish filming it. So, but maybe it'll come back in the next season or whatever. Do you have any other issues?
No, that was really my only issue.
Predictions.
I would like to point out, as Amanda and I were talking through this Matt ordeal before we realized he left the show, Amanda was like, well, maybe he can channel, and maybe his ability is that he can teleport.
That'd have been cool.
I was like, wait, so this dude has never channeled a day before in his life, and all of a sudden he's going to channel and learn how to teleport himself to somewhere he's never been before? Not likely.
Look, man, wow, don't be rude. Like, look, prediction. Everyone's entitled to their own predictions.
Yeah, she didn't like that answer either. She was mad at me.
Yeah, so what happens if that's how Matt catches up to the group?
He opens then I'm gonna eat a big old shit sandwich. If that
you will. Yeah, be careful. Sandwiches can fly. I think, like, look, they. This is a low hanging prediction, right? It's not even fair that I'm saying this, but based on the fact that we know that this book series lasts a long time, they're all headed to the Eye of the World, where apparently the Dark One's prison is, right.
Spoiler alert.
They're not going to be successful. I'm just going to, it's not going to happen. So I think that's
just spend the next 14 seasons watching everybody grow old in peace.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, I guess, do we think any of the main characters that are leaving right now are going to die?
No.
Not at before the end of this season?
Yeah. Like listen, this is a 2-episode prediction. Because I feel like the next 2 episodes are going to be like, I feel like the next 2 episodes are going to, we're not going to go back to the White Tower. Like, I think the next 2 episodes is, we're with this group here, and that's it.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I feel like somehow some of the other Aes Sedai get involved, and I think some Aes Sedai maybe show up or something.
We'll see.
I will say this. Do we think we're going to get the dragon reveal
I do.
In the next 2 episodes?
I do.
I just think that's early.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'd rather not have it this season. I'd rather like end on a like Moraine is staring. All you see is Moraine staring. You don't see who she's staring at. And she's like, "Oh my God, you're the dragon."
Dragon.
Boom.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. If they're not going to show it, then I don't even want it. I don't even want it. I don't want it to be like I know you guys don't pay attention to Pokemon, but you might be familiar with the meme like, "Who's that Pokemon?" And it's just the fucking shadow. Of the person, like, nah, dude, I don't
with that garbage.
Dude, well, you're stupid because Pokemon is great. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. I think we get the dragon reveal. I think the dragon reveal. It's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen the next episode.
I'm still going with Perrin.
Yeah, I think you're wrong, but
right.
That's fine.
He's the best actor of the group.
Okay, like if you want to say that,
I'll agree with that.
I'll agree with you. The best actor, yes.
I just feel like okay, so we just went through the dark portal, like we just went over, the threshold.
You're cutting out a little bit, Jason.
I'm just saying we just got through the dark portal. And in 2 episodes, we're going to have the Dark One, some kind of fight, some kind of stress, some kind of crescendo moment, and the dragon reveal in 2 episodes. I feel like it's being rushed if that's the case. Look, it might turn out to be an epic, but I think I agree with Josh. I think you might get that moment just as like the credits roll.
Well, I would agree with you, Jason. That and look, you might be right. I would agree with you that it could be rushed, but I think if we spend all of our time with this group and we don't spend any time jumping back and forth, then I think there is enough time to unveil those things, right? And
I will say this. To the show's credit, I don't. This is just going to go against what I just said. I don't think they can do it. Like, I don't think they can have the cliffhanger be, we don't know who the dragon is, because the books are all out there. Like,
people are going to just Google it.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I just feel like the patience for today's viewer is like 30 seconds. So if they think they're going to wait 8 months or 9 months to get the reveal of who the dragon would, they'll just Google shit.
Like, literally, if you typed in Google right now, I bet, I'm not going to, obviously, you can probably type the dragon reborn is space, and it would be the first like auto fill result. So I mean, these books came out.
Holy shit, it's Daniel Craig.
Oh, Daniel Craig. Okay, well that's that's good. Then I guess we're saved. But no, I think we are going to get a Dragon Reborn reveal. And I predict it to be in the next episode. That I'm just going to
bet you it's not Matt.
It's probably not, seeing as how the actor is no longer in the rest of this season. So that's a safe bet there.
Safe bet. All right. So any other predictions? I'm at a little bit of a loss for predictions because I just did not think we were going to leave the White Tower that.
No. I don't have any other predictions.
Do we think this is actually going to be the Dark One in this Eye of the Beyond?
You know what? That's a good question. I'm gonna go with we get a glimpse of him. Ooh, does he show up in another dream as they get closer?
Well, my thing is that we have to have a breaking point for Perrin to wolf out or Rand to dragon out or whatever is going to happen.
I think we're going to get Dark Friends.
Okay, so Dark Friends, not the Dark One. I assume like we could have I don't know. I mean, and that's the thing I would say about the show, as far as it's keeping you in the dark about what's happening. So I don't even know what this Dark portal took them to. So, I mean, it looks dark and scary in there and shit.
Well, it's how I understand it is it's like a fast travel system that is an ancient pathway that they can use, like an ancient highway, right? Portal.
And I played World of Warcraft. I've gone through them before.
Yeah, you have gone through portals before, so from our WoW days. But yeah, I mean, same concept, right? So, they're going to go to the eye of the world, presumably, right? Assuming they make it there. Now, I should say the first book in this series is called The Eye of the World, so they're probably going to get there.
I just feel like this is a situation like to kind of rip off of, say, Lord of the Rings. It's like you think you're about to go fight Sauron, and you don't. Fight like one of his underlings or one of his lieutenants. One of the
probably.
Dark Rider.
Probably. But
I don't know if we're going to get the Dark One himself, but something has to happen if we're going to get the Dragon.
Either way, I'm excited, and I can't wait for this episode to come
48 hours.
Yeah. So, guys, I think we've successfully completed another podcast.
We did it.
We did it. So we will catch you next time. Thank you for stopping by. And
2 episodes left.
Yeah, 2 episodes left. Well, we will see you next time. Take it easy, everybody.
Later.
Live long and prosper.